like, you can't function in this. This is bad. This is actually ruining your day. That's when things change. But when it's just like not the clean girl aesthetic and your room's just a bit of a mess and you're just a person living your life, maybe there's a bowl of food in the corner or a moldy coffee, whatever, right? It's a bit worse than it should be, but it's not dire, you know? It's just gotten bad. I never feel like that has anything to do with the way that I respect myself or the way that I'm treating myself. And I think that that kind of comes from like living in unattractive spaces, because I have never lived in a place. Actually, that's not true. I think when I was at university, I lived in really ugly accommodation. And it was the first time I'd ever moved out. So it was the first time I'd lived anywhere but home. And it was bad. Like, it was the cheapest or like the second cheapest accommodation. It looked like a jail cell. Like, it was one of those rooms with like the super old beds, like not been refurbished since like the 60s. The walls were a salmony pinky white and they were brick that had been painted on. There was like a strange little sink in the corner, a big desk. Nothing was like stuck to the walls. There was nothing modern. Everything was made out of wood. And then the bed was like this thin metal frame. And then there was a little tiny window, and that was it. That was the room, and it had a blue carpet. It was miserable. Like, it wasn't attractive. And so I think from that kind of set tone for me of like, my surroundings cannot impair my mentality. I don't have a choice here. Like, this isn't, if I'm gonna go, oh my god, this room is fucking depressing, I'm gonna be unhappy, or oh, this room doesn't look good, so I'm not gonna go and make myself a clean girl breakfast, or oh, this isn't like organized and it doesn't look cute in here, so what's the point in sitting and doing really aesthetic revision with all my highlighters and all this bullshit? And their life looks simple and easy because they don't work the average job, which is why they can afford their high rise. Even if you go and you buy matcha and you go and you buy the little thing to swirl it with, you can't change that so easily. Like, it's not that simple. It's not, oh, if you do this, you'll look like this and your life will look like this and it'll be this easy. Like, it's not true.